Picture this. It is late at night. You have just finished the last chapter of a groundbreaking book on productivity. Or perhaps you have just clicked complete on the final module of a masterclass that promised to revolutionize your finances. You feel energized. You feel distinct clarity. You feel different. In that moment, the path forward seems so illuminated that success feels inevitable. You go to sleep certain that tomorrow is the day everything turns around. But then, tomorrow comes. The alarm rings. You hit snooze. The routine kicks in. And by the time the sun sets, you realize with a sinking feeling that your actions were exactly the same as they were the day before, and the day before that. This is the paradox of the modern self-improvement era. We are the most educated, informed, and advised generation in human history. We have access to the specific blueprints used by billionaires, athletes, and spiritual leaders. Yet for so many of us, the needle doesn't move. We remain stuck in the same financial brackets, the same relationship patterns, and the same anxieties. So why doesn't anything change? Why does the intake of wisdom rarely translate into the output of a better life? To understand this, we have to look beyond the books and into the biology of the brain. The first culprit is a neurochemical trap known as the passive consumption loop. When you read a profound insight or watch an inspiring video, your brain releases dopamine. This is the same reward chemical that is released when you actually achieve a goal. To your brain's primitive reward system, reading about doing push-ups and actually doing push-ups feel surprisingly similar. The act of learning provides a sense of satisfaction and progress that is, in reality, unearned. You feel like you are moving forward because you are consuming content about moving forward. This is dangerous because it satisfies the itch for improvement without requiring the pain of change. You are getting the reward without the risk. This creates a state of intellectual obesity. We gorge ourselves on information, thinking we are training, when in reality, we are just eating. We mistake clarity for competence. Just because you understand how a habit is formed does not mean you have formed one. Understanding is a cognitive function. Changing is a behavioral one. They live in different neighborhoods of the brain, and the bridge between them is built only through friction and discomfort. This brings us to the second major barrier, homeostasis. Biologically, your body is designed to maintain a stable internal environment. If you get too hot, you sweat to cool down. If you get too cold, you shiver to warm up. Your psychology works the exact same way. Your subconscious mind has a thermostat setting for your life, your income, your weight, your level of happiness. This is your comfort zone. When you try to change, even if it is a positive change, your subconscious interprets this as a threat to your baseline. It views the unknown as dangerous. So when you start a new routine that pushes you outside of that thermostat setting, your subconscious pulls you back. It generates self-doubt, procrastination, and fatigue. It isn't doing this to ruin you. It is doing this to keep you safe and consistent. This is why willpower usually fails. Willpower is a conscious resource, and it is finite. Homeostasis is a subconscious mechanism, and it runs 24/7. You cannot outwill a system designed to keep you alive. Furthermore, we must address the collector's fallacy. Many of us believe that knowledge is power. This is false. Knowledge is only potential power. It only becomes power when it is applied. But we collect information like trading cards, believing that if we just find the right missing piece, the right secret, the right hack, the right morning routine, then the puzzle of our life will magically assemble itself.
We use learning as a sophisticated form of procrastination. It feels productive to research the best gym workout for 3 weeks. It feels productive to read 5 books on investing. But often, this research is just a shield, protecting us from the possibility of failure. As long as you are in the learning phase, you cannot fail because you haven't started. You are safe in the realm of theory. But life only rewards execution. The marketplace doesn't care what you know, it only cares what you do. So how do we break this cycle? How do we move from being a consumer of self-help to an embodiment of it? The shift requires us to stop focusing on more information and start focusing on implementation intention. Psychological studies have shown that vague intentions, like "I will exercise more," have a low success rate. However, specific implementation intentions, defining exactly when and where you will act, drastically increase success. But we need to go deeper than just scheduling. We need to lower the barrier to entry. Most people read a book and try to implement everything at once. They try to overhaul their entire identity overnight. This triggers the homeostatic alarm bells. The solution is to operate below the radar of your own resistance. You don't need a 2-hour morning routine. You need to put your running shoes by the door. You don't need to master the stock market. You need to set up a $10 automatic transfer. You must embrace the concept of low information action. Stop reading. Stop taking courses. Put yourself on a consumption fast. Decide that for every 1 hour of learning, you must spend 5 hours applying that specific knowledge. If you read a chapter on communication, you are not allowed to read the next chapter until you have had a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. We also have to change our relationship with identity. As author James Clear suggests, true behavior change is identity change.
The reason you revert to old habits is that you still see yourself as the old person. You might be acting like a healthy person for a week, but if your internal identity is "I am lazy and have a sweet tooth," you will eventually act in alignment with that belief. You have to prove your new identity to yourself through small wins. Every time you choose a salad over a burger, you are casting a vote for the new person you are becoming. Finally, we must accept that change feels bad. This is the part the books often gloss over. Real change feels like anxiety. It feels like awkwardness. It feels like imposter syndrome. When you feel that resistance, you shouldn't interpret it as a sign that something is wrong. You should interpret it as a sign that you are actually exiting the simulation and entering reality. That discomfort is the feeling of your old self dying and your new self being born. The reason nothing changes is not a lack of information. You already know enough to be twice as rich, 3 times as healthy, and infinitely happier than you are right now. The gap is not in the knowing. The gap is in the terror of the doing. So here is the challenge. Do not buy another book. Do not sign up for another seminar. Do not listen to the next episode of this podcast or any other until you have taken one concrete, scary, physical action based on what you already know. The world does not need you to be smarter. It needs you to be braver. The library is closed. The arena is open. It is time to step inside.